Hi, this is Alan Szabo Jr. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Align TB60. This is the 12S combo. As we can see in here, we've got our main rotor head, electric stuff, frame set, main blade box, just like all the other previous T-Rex stuff. We'll take a look at the main rotor head set first. In here we got the TB60 swash plate and main shaft. Just like all the other Align kits, some of these things come pre-assembled, but they're just finger tight. Always take everything apart and re-Loctite them. We got the actual rotor head. Yep, very similar to the TB70. Just looks like it's shrunk down a little bit. Same cutout on the main rotor hub. Similar color scheme, but just smaller for a 600 size helicopter. Pre-made links. You can assume they're the correct length. We'll have to check those later. We got our canopy clip down on the bottom. Some frame spacers. Here's our belts. We got the tail belt for the tails, obviously belt-driven tail rotor. We got motor belt, so again similar to the TB70. Tensioner for the tail belt. Dropping a few things here. We got the servo mounts. Again, looks like the same one as a TB70. It's going to use full-size servos, so I would assume it's probably the exact same part. Our upper bearing block stack that goes between the frames for the main shaft. The transmission gear reduction shaft that goes through this one. Swash plate follower. It's nice everything's anodized black. That's the whole scheme on the newer helicopters. Everything's black and red. Motor mount plate. It's got actual idler for the pulley. That's new. The TB70 doesn't have that like that. So we'll have to see how that goes during building. I've not looked at any manuals or any promo photos because at the moment Align doesn't have anything on their website for this. It's like our elevator servo mount. We've got the main gear and main pinion pulley gear. Oh, don't lose that washer, that's important. The one-way hubs built into the pulley gear, your tail belt pulleys right here. Got our main gear. I would say it's the same as the TB, but it's definitely smaller because the main shaft's different. And I don't actually know the tooth count on the bigger machine, but it's a similar size gear at least. Got our motor pinion, 23 tooth that this one came with for the 12S setup. Looks like the remaining major parts here is our stuff for the tail. Get some of the stuff out of the main bag. Got our vertical fin, same as, or similar, I'm not gonna say it's the same as the TB70. Carbon fiber, injection molded around the outside to make it a lot stiffer so it doesn't flex or vibrate. Things keep getting smaller and smaller every year. New helicopters come out. We got our tail boom mount that goes in between the frame. Front main clamp. This is the rear one that has the kind of like a bicycle or a dirt bike where you tighten these screws and it slides the boom back to get the belt tight. Make sure when you build this though, you Loctite these because once you get the belt tight and you tighten the clamps down on the side for the frame to hold it in place, These basically have no friction really anymore, so they will come loose. I learned that on the TB70. So once you get the boom set, you take the screws out, Loctite them, put them back in just where they bump up against the stop so they don't move. Here we got the actual tail rotor. Looks like a very similar version to the TB70 tail. I'd be almost hard pressed to say it's possibly the same. It's got the dampened tail rotor hub, which is really nice on the TB70. One thing I noticed that they've changed, instead of using a screw system with a double carrier on the yoke, it has a single ball that rides in a plastic housing, which makes the system extremely tight. Well, that screw's loose due to pre-assembly, but when it's all assembled up, this tail system is very tight. There's like no play whatsoever in anything here. It's a nice evolution of the parts. We got tail pushrod guide. Said tail blades. I'm unsure if these are 95s or 97s. Again, I don't have any promo material, but these kind of look like 95s. All right, we'll take a look in the electronics. So being the 12S model, this comes with the Align BL130, so the 130 amp ESC. This was sufficient on a TRX 700X with no issues. Does come with a little fan. So I know it'll be more than enough for this helicopter, being only a 600 size. The motor. It is a 480 kV. On my TB, I use the 490 kV motor, which it's obviously a little bit is bigger diameter stuff. This is a 750 MX. This thing will probably have beyond more than enough power for a 600 size helicopter. And being it's a super combo or top combo, it's going to come here with all the servos as well. And this comes with the newer the DS830M and then the 835M for the tail servo. Actually, I grabbed the right one. 835M. It comes with all the metal servo horns for all of them. Nice thing with the Align servos is they're actually all different lengths, so that you can put the servos where they technically have to go in the certain spots, but they're all different lengths, so you don't have a bunch of excessive wires. So you can tell that this is probably one of the pitch servos. The elevator servo would be closer to your gyro, so it doesn't need to be as long. So that's one real nice thing about the super combo kits from Align is the servos are all matched for where they go around the helicopter, so you don't need any servo extensions. Same with the rudder servos, a little shorter than your average servo as well. We'll take a look at the main blade box here, which will house our rotor blades and the tail boom. Let's see which way is the easiest way to get this out. So this will be the first 600 without the boom supports as well, as we saw in the TB70. All these helicopters are now going boom supportless, so all your supports from this really big boom. I believe it's the same diameter as the TB70 as well, so this will be nice and stout. And then you got the tail rotor push rod. Then we have the blades. Not sure if this just is in my kit or if they all come with 2 sets of blades. So that I don't know. Again, I didn't have any information for the kit or for the production ones, but I believe they're all going to come with these yellow blades, I would assume. And then skid tubes. Black, again, everything's staying with the black theme. It's got the black end caps pre-installed. Don't know if they glue them in or not. I've never had any issues with them falling out, so I don't personally take these apart and do anything with them. I just leave them as is. All right, take a look at our last box here, which houses our canopy. This will look good. Another set of skid tubes, probably just spare parts for my kit. We got our blade holder box with her bag here with some accessories. Velcro straps for batteries, smaller Velcro straps for some wire management, Velcro for the batteries. These are always nice. That's what I use on all my helicopters. Good old infamous spare bag here with all the extra screws, nuts, zip ties. Line does give you some really thin, tiny zip ties for servo managing the wires in the frame because they're really tight. You got your antenna mount for your gyro if you happen to have one that uses integrated receiver, so you can mount the wires up nice and neat. One thing of Loctite and some grease. Use this grease on the thrust bearings and the tail and the rotor head. I believe some people use it on the one-way bearing. Actually, it says one-way bearing grease right on it for the auto hub. I use this Loctite to actually build all my helicopters. Never have any issues with this at all. Servo mounting plates. The carbon fiber ones Align's been doing these forever. Nothing new there. What else we got floating in here? We got the battery tray. Looks similar to the TB60, but definitely I would say it's shorter. Definitely looks a little shorter, I believe. TB60 written right on it. Nice and simple. It's nice though with the battery release mechanism here, how it just goes in there like this, slides in and clips. Nice easy little bend the tab up to get the batteries out. Nice, quick and simple, easy. Is this might be a mounting tray for the ESC possibly. That's what that kind of looks like. Not 100% sure. I was going to say gyro mount, but this other one that's in here definitely looks more like a gyro mount, being smaller. Looks pretty simple. And then we got, let's see here. Should be the frames. They're probably sealed very good into this box. Let's get the canopy out first. Very similar to the TB60. Got little vents on the front. It's kind of nice. Again, these canopies are just super lightweight. Catch-22 you get with that is lighter the canopy, usually the more fragile the paint becomes, just because the canopy can flex so much easier and crack the paint. But they look nice though. It's a new look for them, and it's kind of growing on me. Wasn't a huge fan in the beginning, but now I think they look pretty nice. You got your Align towel. Always good to have for building on. Got our landing skids, or landing gear skids going. Mount the same as the TB60. They look like the exact same landing gear as the TB60 actually. So on this helicopter it'll be more and strong enough with the lighter weight of the helicopter. And they mount in the frames with the plastic 90-degree tabs. Pretty nice, lightweight. And let's see here. Get these frames out. All right, we got our upper frames here. The rails, and then you got your lower frames. So the lower frames on this set do not actually have any mold injection in them. They're just actually just a flat frame set, which looks like a vinyl sticker or paint. This one here is actually kind of wore off from shipping. Lower frame set, your upper frame set. You gotta go this way like that. So yeah, that other tray definitely is for the nose area for the ESC to mount on. The TB70's got the plastic molded front end, so it's a little heavier than what this one would be. And then we got our manual, TB60 manual. Nice thing here is you can go on the Align's website with this QR code, and you'll get a nice colored, up-to-date manual as well. So if there's any revisions that happen during these, they'll be modified in that version, at least on the website. So that's always nice that they keep updating the manuals for any errors they find. But typical Align manual here in paper, just black and white, all your information on what you need a Loctite, which is everything, because nothing comes pre-Loctited. So just go through it all and make sure you re-Loctite all the components that are pre-assembled. But yeah, I highly recommend checking out the online manual though, because it does look a little nicer. And that concludes our unboxing of the new TB70 or TB60, sorry. And I'll be using, as always, the Futaba 16IZ transmitter, and I'll be using the CGY 760R flybarless unit. And then I'll be using some form of Align batteries. I actually don't know what size that they're recommending for this helicopter, so I'll be taking a look at that as well. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.